Hello everybody, welcome back. So this is my own design from Boxi. They offer, of course, different kinds of combinations and stuff like that. This is one of their drawer systems. I based this one off of a friend of mine. He has his own little makeshift tower that he made at home, and he has a whole bunch of tokens and stuff like that he keeps in bags and stuff like that. And I wanted to make him something to where he has something easier to hold all that, to sort it and everything like that. So what I did is I created a 2-drawer system with a dice top. This is the medium sized drawer, version 3. And I made 2 of those. And then I have the drawer inserts, which got your holes here, and then different ways to customize it. I made 2 of those, and then a level 1 top, which is pretty much the Mighty Boxi Medium level 1. And then a medium dice top. And I used 13 level 1 bolts, or sorry, 14 level 1 bolts, and 14 level 1 locks, and then 13 level 2 bolts and 13 level 2 locks. Kickstand. It's a 3-hole version. What was it? It was version 4 kickstand. Once again, 3-hole version 4 kickstand. Basket top handle. Let's see. We got. Actually, this is a basket top handle version 2. You got your 2 low, medium version 3 flat arms. Two hooks, or lock hooks, sorry. And I think those are. Look at them again. I think those are. Yeah, these are level 3 lock hooks. And then we got 2 medium level 1 flat hook or flat arms. And then we got 4 medium 2 arms, just regular arms, and then 2 medium 1 arms. And then in total we have 8 spacers. And for the organization, I printed off different walls. You got your medium level 2 walls, level 3, level 4, and then a medium wall insert, which is this right here. It's got the little grooves and everything for the inserts. And then I also printed off 2. Let me backtrack a little bit. I printed off 2 of these and 4 of each of these for it, so it can go in the drawer. So you got your four of the level 2 walls, 3 walls, 4 walls, and then instead of 4, I printed off 2 of the medium 5 walls. Alright, so with that, it took me, if you're using one printer, it takes you about 46 hours to get this printed off. If you're using two printers like I did, it halves that almost in half, or halves that in total. Of course, all of these can be printed in different colors, of course. You don't have to print them in all black. I like printing the bolts and the handles and everything in black because it's just easier that way. And it saved me on using any of my other color filaments. So that being said, let's go ahead and put this thing together. So you take your first drawer. Make sure that the hole is facing out from you. And you want to put your first spot, you want to use a medium arm 2, and you want it to go in the middle hole here. And you'll use a level 1 bolt. Put it in, make it nice and snug, and then you put in your lock. There we go. Alright, and then take the second one, slide it right there, grab you another level 1 bolt, pop that in, make sure it's nice and snug, and you'll pop in our lock again. Alright, now we're just going to flip that over, do the exact same thing on this side. Once again, we're going to start in the middle. Make sure everything's oriented in the correct direction. Alright, start in the middle. Put the bolt in. There we go. Lock, nice and snug. There. Alright, now for this one. Now the reason why you want to do it that way, because you want this to fold. That way. There you go. So there's that. Now, here comes one of the fun parts. So you want to take a level 2 arm and a level 1 arm. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a level 2 bolt, and we're going to start, and we're also going to need 1 spacer. So you want to put your arm to where it goes to the head of the bolt, and you want the spacer at the bottom of the bolt. It'll look just like this. Alright, and you're going to put this one back at the back. And it's going to make sure that turns, make sure it's nice and snug, and put your lock in. There we go. Alright, so there's that. Now, we're going to need another level 2, and we're going to need our level 1 arm. Make sure we show all that. There you go. And we're going to put this, so on there, you're going to put the level 1 arm on the bottom, underneath the level 2 arm. Get this. Get it on. There we go. Make sure it's nice and snug. We have our lock, which is a level 2 lock. Put that in. Pop it on. There we go. We're going to rinse and repeat for the other side. Alright. Gonna need another lock. or another lock, another spacer. Remember, you want the arm to go on first, and then the spacer to go on last. Alright, once again, it's going to look like this. There we go. It's going to go on that front lock or spot. Make sure it turns, make sure it's nice and snug. Not nice and snug completely yet. There we go. There we go. And you level on, level 1. Put that underneath, like we did the other one. Nice and snug. Level 2 lock. Lock that in. There we go. And so, what we're going to do, or the reason why we did this, is because we want these two to be back here. So you want your opening for your drawers, and then you want these two arms to be facing back towards the back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the top tray. So for this, what we want is this is the only spot on the tray that's missing a middle piece. You want that facing towards the drawers. Because if you don't, you won't have the spots you need for the rest of the build. So, alright. So with that there, we want to take the level 1 bolt back here, put that on, level 1 lock it in place. Same thing with this other side, level 1, pop it in, lock it in place, and lock. Alright, so with that being said, this should fire and slide this way now. And you want this to slide back like that. Okay, so run into my first oopsie here. So I was not paying attention to my orientations on these, and because of that, I have to reset these now. So grab your tool that you have, and you'll line it up and pop these out. Alright. Sometimes you have to get another extra tool just to make sure they pop out just right, because sometimes they get a little stuck in there. There we go. And I will show you guys what I had done wrong once I get this down. I mean, it's pretty easy to see what I had done wrong, but, you know, to explain it by showing just helps out a lot. Okay, so this is actually supposed to be facing back this way. So you want this to be resting on that top bolt there. And then you'll put this back in. Go. Nice and snug. Put your lock back in. There we go. And do this on the side as well. Lock it So the reason why we did that is so whenever we open this, we got this one facing that way, and this going this way as well. The way I had it, it would open up the opposite direction on the top. But it's fixed. Problem solved. Alright, so the next part of what we're going to do is we're going to attach the top. So for the top, you want to make sure that the sides are connected. So here we have our drawer opening. We want the hole for the top be facing the holes on for the drawers. And you'll need a level 1 flat arm. Well, you'll need 2 of them. So we'll go ahead and attach those now. So you'll need. So once again, what I like to do is for the little bump there, make sure it matches on both sides because it just looks better in my opinion. And you'll put this one on the first hole here, or second hole. Second hole from to the right. Make sure it's nice and snug. Pop in your lock. Another level 1. Put that in this spot here. Make sure it locks. Nice and snug. The lock. Oh, a little bit more snug. There we go. There we go. And do the same thing on that side. Once again, make sure you're putting the arm to match the other one. It'll look weird if you don't, in my opinion. Alright. Put that in. Lock it in place. There we go. Add this one. Level 1. Lock. Double check it's nice and snug. It is. There we go. There is the drawer system and the dice top. Now, we're going to add on all the little extras. So what I start with, to make this easier on me, is I'm going to do the handle next. Because honestly, the handle is going to be more of a challenge than anything else. So you're going to want your level 2 bolt and spacer. You're going to need 4 of those in total of each. Alright, so we'll start out with what? Whoa, come back here. Alright. Like we did with the other ones, we want pretty much you want the arm in the middle of the top of the bolt and the spacer. And we're going to place this, let's see, if you're looking at it from the side here, it's going to be in the middle spot here, right underneath these 2 holes. Alright, put that in, make sure it's nice and snug. 2 lock that in place. Alright. Now, do the exact same thing on the other side. Grab our level 2 bolt and spacer. Alright, put this in the middle of the spacer and that. Alright, there we go. Put this in the middle. Nice and snug. Pop in the lock. There we go. So now we do the handle. So you're going to need 2 more of each level 2 spacer, or level 2 bolt and spacers, and of course the level 2 locks. Alright, so you want to follow the same thing you've been doing for these as well. So you want the arm in the middle of the spacer and the top of the bolt. Alright, and then add the handle. Get in there. Nice and snug. Put in the lock. Come on. There we go. There we go. Lock in there. Alright. Now, same thing on the other side. Wait for a second. Alright, pull that back. There we go. Get in there. Nice and snug. No, a little bit more snug. I might have to get a helper here. Alright. There we go. That should do it. Get in there. Alright. Everything's put together. Slides down. Alright. Now we're on to, we're going to put on the backer. Or the kickstand, sorry. So the kickstand is going to take 3 level 1s. And then just pop in. Oh, nope, sorry. Not 3 level 1s. 3 level 2s. Alright, and I'm just going to put this dead center in the back here. Make sure that's nice and snug. Again, if you have to, use your little tool just to make sure. Pop in the locks. Do that for the other 2 holes. Nice and snug. Lock. Pop that in. And then the final one. Let's see here what's going on. Oh, see if I got the orientation right on it. There we go. Lock. And there we go. Kickstand is done. Alright. Now for the pretty much the easier part, honestly. So take out 2 level 2s and their locks. Get out of the way here. And then very simple, what we're going to do, we'll flip that around and put on our handles. That's all this really is. That one. And then this one. Come on. There we go. Twist. Lock. All done. And then go ahead and I was just using this to keep everything organized. You don't have to do that. It's however you want to do it yourself. It's up to you. Go ahead and take everything off though so you can easily do this. Alright. Slide that shut. And then what I do is I add a lock. So you want a level 1 right here in the front. Get that out of the way so you can see what you're doing here. Further up there. Pop this in. Make sure it's locked. Nice and snug. Oh. Again, just make sure use a tool. There you go. And then we'll take another level 1, put it up here, turn it, make sure it's nice and snug, add in the lock, and there you go. There's your lock for the front. Now for the back side. Back side, once again, going to need a level 1. You're going to need 2 level 1, sorry. And 2 hook, or 2 locks, and then your hook. So, easiest way to do this one, once again, start from the bottom. Put that in. That, make sure it's nice and snug. There you go. That one on, nice and snug. Add in that. Close it up. And there we have it. Now, what we have is pop this off. Pop this off. Grab the one in the back. Pop it off. And then the drawers. You can add your inserts. Pull it all the way out. You can add this. There you go. It's one insert, and then however you want to place these, it's up to you. You can put one here. Oh, got turned around. Like that. So on, so on. I mean, you'll have your own customizations, however you want to do everything. It's up to you. And it's up to, like, if you're selling it, it's definitely going to be, of course, up to your buyer, how they want to do it. So on and so on. And I usually just put the extra right there. And then close it up. Actually, these goes in here. A little bit. There we go. Once again, add your insert. Now, because this one is show you that too. Since it has the knob right here, you're not going to have a dead center insert portion for this. So it's going to be a little off a little bit wherever you put it. But you can still have your own little ways of doing everything. Like, throw that one there. Take that out. That. And that. Close it up. Lock her up. Alright, now, since we got it all together, let's show you how it works. So, we'll pop the lock again back here. Flip it around. Pop this front lock. Alright. That's going to fall back like that. Come back like this. Look, back here, got your kickstand. So, the cool thing about the handle is it works as an extra kickstand. And then you can lift up that however you want to turn it. Give you a little bit there. And then at the top of the hole, got your dice tray. Now, you don't have to leave it like this. This is just if you want more space to put figures up here or something. You don't have to do that. You can, like I said, keep it shut like this. And to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, you can lock this back one. And easily have access to your trays and still use the dice tower. And then fold it all back up. Lock everything back in place. There you go. She's good to go for game night. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to be working on my own versions of a lot of different builds as I go. If you have anything that you might think that I should change, should add, let me know. If you actually know more about the Mighty Boxi stuff and you would like to give me your opinion on how I'm doing with everything, more than welcome to. Just let me know how I'm doing. Any pointers, I'm good with that too. Like I said, I'm going to continue doing these videos as I make different things. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like and subscribe. Y'all have a nice day.